The moments I'm about to discuss with you here are the reason why not all superhero comics are meant for kids. Hey guys, my name is AJ Spatola with Top 10 Nerd, and these are the top 10 brutal superheroes who stopped holding back. At number 10 is Peter versus Kingpin in Back in Black. The clash between Kingpin illuminated a different facet of the web-slinger's character, notably during the Civil War arc in Marvel Comics. You see, with Aunt May's life hanging in the balance due to Kingpin's orchestration, Peter found himself pushed beyond his usual moral thresholds. Striking a severe blow to the crime lord within the confines of a prison, Peter chose not to extinguish Kingpin's life. Instead, he dealt a far more nuanced form of retribution. During his relentless beating, Peter publicly stripped the Kingpin of his aura of invincibility and dominance. This action, more than physical harm, wounded the villain's pride and ego. It was an exhibition of psychological warfare, revealing that the most impactful defeat can occur within the realms of perception and identity rather than the purely physical. But don't get me wrong, it really got physical. The message conveyed was profound. By choosing not to end Kingpin's life, Spider-Man opted for a fate some might deem more excruciating. The knowledge of being bested in front of his peers, stripping away his veneer of invulnerability. This act underscored the poignant and strategic intellect behind Spider-Man's mask, elevating the battle beyond the realm of physical conflict due to the psychological. At number 9 is Conquest versus Invincible. The showdown between Invincible and Conquest isn't merely a clash of titans. It's a profound exploration of the moral compass and the repercussions of power unshackled. Mark Grayson, aka Invincible, typically represents the epitome of heroism, symbolizing hope and self-sacrifice. However, his confrontation with Conquest uncovers a darker side, questioning the fine line of valor and ruthlessness. On the other end stands Conquest, a paragon of unbridled might, showcasing power devoid of restraint. This clash isn't just a battle of fists, but an introspective journey into the ethical quandaries that arise when power goes unconstrained. Now, what forced Invincible into this frenzy was the fact that Conquest didn't hold back from basically unaliving his girlfriend Adam Eve by sticking his hand through her stomach. So if there's anything that's gonna make Mark Grayson go off the deep end with unadulterated brutality, it's probably that. If you're enjoying the video so far, you can support the channel by pressing like, subscribing to Top 10 Nerd, and ringing that notification bell. At number 8 is Thor versus Iron Man. The clash between Thor and Iron Man in Thor number 3 wasn't just a showdown of super strength, but a clash of ideologies too. You see, Thor is typically known for his nobility and restraint, but in this instance, he unleashed his full fury against Tony Stark, who had previously created a grotesque clone in Thor's name. It wasn't just about physical combat, it was a statement. Thor's response to Stark's arrogance was immediate and intense, shrugging off repulsor blasts and delivering a relentless lightning strike. What's striking here, pun intended, is Thor's refusal to hold back, a departure from his usual demeanor. With the colossal thunderbolt, he practically fries Iron Man's armor, asserting his divine might over Stark's technology. Holding Tony helpless, he delivers a decisive message about power and bravery, making it clear that he doesn't bend to orders or intimidation. The clash isn't merely a physical battle, but a demonstration of the disparity between godly might and human innovation. It's a powerful moment where Thor sets the record straight and leaves Iron Man to contemplate his actions on a walk of shame in his battered armor. At number 7 is Billy Bishop versus Payback. In The Boys issue number 32, we delve into a brutal showdown between Billy Butcher and the superhero team Payback. The stakes soar as Butcher, leading the boys, finds himself in a perilous situation against these powerful adversaries in a 5-on-1 tussle. But what ensues is a raw display of Butcher's unwavering resolve and resourcefulness. In the heart of the conflict, Butcher orchestrates his defense in a grim and calculated manner. His cutting tactics include using shards of glass as a weapon against Stormfront, exploiting unconventional tools such as a pickaxe and a shovel to incapacitate his foes. The furiosity of his attacks leaves Payback reeling, demonstrating Butcher's unrelenting and unforgiving approach to achieve his objectives. Through the confrontation, Butcher's tenacity is a stark contrast to the superhuman abilities of his adversaries. It's a testament to his resilience and the unyielding determination in the face of overwhelming odds. The clash here culminates with the cliffhanger, leaving the fate of Soldier Boy hanging, while Butcher, true to his namesake, displays an unapologetically intense and dominating exhibition definition of power. At number 6 is Hyperion. Hyperion's takedown of Galactus in Heroes Reborn number 2 is a significant departure from the standard superhero playbook. See, Hyperion's backstory is crucial here. He's driven by a deep-seated desire for revenge because Galactus, the cosmic devourer, not only destroyed his home planet, but also wiped out his entire family. So when Galactus comes sniffing around Earth looking for his next cosmic meal, Hyperion just isn't having it. He doesn't waste time or energy seeking a non-lethal solution like Superman might. Instead, he acts on his seething anger and immediate need for justice. This move starkly contrasts the moral and ethical approach we typically see from characters based on the likes of Superman. It's a bold illustration of how personal history and motivations can shape a hero's actions in a supercharged moment. This kind of storytelling adds depth and complexity to these larger-than-life characters, painting them in shades of gray rather than simple black and white. At number 5 is Ultimate Captain America versus Giant Man. Every now and then, we get a glimpse of the heroes, the so-called good guys, throwing away the rulebook and going all out. This brings us to a gripping encounter between Ultimate Captain America and Giant Man, a battle that transcends the conventional hero versus villain narrative. The scenario unfolds when Cap, tasked with detaining Hank Pym due to his problematic behavior as a spouse, takes matters into his own hands. Cap doesn't hold back. He initiates the encounter by getting physical with Hank, provoking him to escalate the situation by using his ability to grow to massive proportions. Seemingly leveling the playing field, Hank makes himself massive, thinking it's now a fair fight. However, Cap, being the tactician he is, finds an unexpected advantage in the oversized form of Giant Man, and it's not pretty. With Hank now very vulnerable due to his enlarged size, Cap seizes the opportunity and strikes where it hurts most, delivering a blow to Giant Man's most sensitive area. The skirmish turns brutal. Just when it seems like the conflict is drawing to a close, with Giant Man subdued, the cavalry arrives. Before Cap wraps up, he delivers a final taunting verbal jab, encapsulating the brutal nature of the fight. How big do you feel now? At number 4 is Deadpool versus everybody. In the twisted saga of Deadpool Eliminate the Marvel Universe, Wade Wilson, our favorite merc with the mouth, takes his anti-hero antics to a whole new level. Deadpool, fully conscious of his existence within a comic book, decides to liberate his fellow characters from their fictional suffering by wiping them out of existence. His methods, well, they're a mix of twisted creativity and brutal efficiency. From the Avengers to the formidable Wolverine and even Magneto, Deadpool concocts lethal solutions tailored to each adversary. His arsenal includes ant-sized explosives for the Avengers, a carbonadium blade to counter Wolverine's healing factor, and even an acidic jello cube to take down Magneto. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Now, the culminating takedown was when Professor X attempts to shut down Deadpool's mind, only to suffer a fatal brain hemorrhage, unable to cope with the reality that they're all mere pieces of fiction. And number 3 is X-23. There we have an intense showdown between X-23 and the notorious Dr. Xander Rice. Picture this, there's an imminent explosion and a choice between personal fulfillment and seeking revenge. X-23 faces a momentous decision as the countdown to the facility's detonation ticks away. Rice, responsible for inflicting unimaginable torment during Laura's creation, gets the tables turned on him. In a visceral display of completely justified rage, X-23 unleashes a brutal takedown with her iconic adamantium claws, choosing to make every remaining second count. It's a showdown fueled by vengeance and a raw personal vendetta. Despite the temptation to seek revenge, X-23 walks away unscathed as the clock strikes 0. This clash wasn't about physical combat, it's a clash of morality and personal resolution. A display of unyielding strength and determination to move forward, leaving Rice in the wreckage of his own creation. At number 2 is Punisher versus Stiltman. Here we've got the Punisher, a vigilante known for his no-holds-bar approach to taking down the bad guys. So in this particular instance, he's facing off against Stiltman, who, well, he's a bit more on the obscure side of villains, known for, you guessed it, his telescopic legs. Now, the Punisher doesn't mess around. In Punisher War Journal number 1, he decides to make a serious statement by aiming and firing a not-so-light anti-tank weapon straight at Stiltman's groin. Yeah, it's a whole new level of brutal. And despite that explosive hit, only the top half of Stiltman survives, while the rest, well, let's just say it's not feeling too great. But wait, it doesn't end there. Things get even wilder. At Stiltman's farewell gathering, the whole scene takes a turn for the worse, as the Punisher, disguised with a fake mustache, sets off explosives hidden around the place, creating chaos and taking down a whole bar full of liquored up villains. It's not your typical hero move, right? This intense, savage, and, well, pretty brutal if you ask me. And it's just scratching the surface of the sheer madness that went down in that clash. At number 1 is Zeus versus the Hulk. The Hulk is known for his incredible strength, but he decides to take on the Greek pantheon, specifically challenging Zeus. But here's the thing, Zeus is on a whole other level. He's not just a god, he's a heavyweight, and he wastes no time in showing Hulk who's boss. In a thunderous bolt, Zeus smashes the Hulk, shattering his ribcage. The Hulk, resilient as he is no match for Zeus's power. But here's the kicker. Zeus could easily end the Hulk with a snap, yet he chooses not to. Why? Well, I mean, he's got his reasons, declaring that he'll fulfill the Hulk's request to be taken down by a hand for his blasphemy. It's a clash of ideologies as Zeus rejects Hulk's sacrifice plan, stating it as the wrong religion. Zeus leaves Hulk severely injured, sending him flying, teaching him a lesson that'll linger for days. The clash isn't about physical strength, but about conflicting the beliefs and the repercussions of the divine. And the repercussions of challenging the divine. As always, if there's a brutal hero that you think I've missed here today, feel free to let me know down in the comments. This has been AJ Spatola with Top 10 Nerd, and I'll catch you all in another video. Later, nerds!